Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amma Mama and I'm glad you're here. I apologize in advance. This video is a little chaotic because I am not home, but I wanted to do the tag that Courtney over at Courtney Reads had tagged me in last week while I was sick. So I apologize. So this is the Phenomenal Woman book tag, I think is what it's called. And in the description, I'll link the information. But I realized as I was looking through or listening to the questions and kind of looking at them, I also do not read a lot of women authors, except for people who tend to mostly write romance. So while I do have some authors that I've read that are not women, I tend to read a lot of male authors, not for any particular reason. I've always read so much Stephen King, even when I was younger. And so, yeah, so this has been a little bit tricky coming up with some of the answers. So the first question is, who is your favorite phenomenal woman author? And for this, it's been a while since I read this book, but Kathryn Stockett, if I'm saying her name correctly, who wrote The Help, I just thought that book was so good, very, insightful, had so much depth to it. And I've seen the movie, but I feel like most movies that have come from books, the book was way better and had the movie had a really good message, but I feel like the book had a really good message to it as well. So that was one of the people. There were several that I could think of that would fall into that category, Maya Angelou and Alice Walker. So there's several people, but that's one that I haven't seen mentioned recently. And again, because I don't read a lot of women authors, I don't know if or what else she has written. I just remember being very impacted by that book. Number 2, what book features your favorite phenomenal woman character? And for this, again, it's another one where I have not read much else by this author, but I loved this book so much, which was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. And so the main character in that, Agnes, the mom, her character went through so much to be, where she was and what was going on with her children and the plague and just all these things. And so that book was really, really powerful and impacted me a lot as well. I don't even know if I would have read it, except that I was planning on being part of a book club. And so that was the book club pick for a particular month. And I was so glad I read it. So I really liked her character. And then if you were creating a book prize, which book by a phenomenal woman would you choose? So this one, I just picked what has been my favorite series by a woman author. So this is the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning. And those books are, fantasy and some romance and all of that, but they're some of my favorite books that I'd read. Those were actually the first fantasy books that I had ever read, that kind of got me into fantasy and started expanding me a little bit outside of like the horror genre and Stephen King and then random romance stuff. So that was definitely, that series is one of my top favorites. In fact, I'm hoping to do a reread of it. It's 11 books, and so I kind of want to reread it, but I know that she also did a Highlander series, so I may also at some point read that, because I'm curious to see, like, did I just really like these books at the time because it was new to me for fantasy, and I hadn't really read them before, or do I really still enjoy them now that I've read more fantasy? So that is who I picked for that. And then lastly, just tagging some phenomenal women. And I don't know if any of these people have already been tagged somewhere else, or if they have the time or the notion to even do this tag. It's a pretty short little tag, so we will see. But Kelly over at Kelly Reads a Lot, and then Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and Beth at Beth's Bookish Reviews. So like I said, I just wanted to pop on and do a real quick little video, even though I'm not home right now. And that is kind of it for this week, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.